Hi friends, welcome once again. Now we are going to start one more important topic that normal or nominal and effective interest rates. Nominal and nominal and effective interest rate. Nominal and effective interest rates. Nominal and effective interest rate. An interest rate. An interest rate takes two forms. One is nominal interest rate. One is nominal interest rate. And second one is effective interest rate. The nominal interest the nominal interest rate does not take into account the compounding period and the effective interest rate and the effective interest rate does take the compounding period compounding period into account and thus is a more accurate concept is a more accurate measure is a more accurate measure of interest charges. Is it clear up to this point? There should be no doubt. Next point. And nominal interest rate is also defined as a stated interest rate, and this interest works according to the simple interest according to the simple interest according to the simple interest and take into account does not take into account the compounding period compounding period, and effective interest is one which will take care of the time value, and the effective interest rate and the effective interest rate is the one which caters the compounding periods which caters the compounding periods during a payment plan. During a payment plan, and it is generally used to compare it is used to compare the annual interest between loans with different compounding periods, because it is not necessary that always you will get money at per annum also, sometimes per month, per 15 days, per 10 days. Compounding periods like month, week, etc. Month, week, years, per 6 month, etc. In general, the stated or nominal interest rate is less than the effective one. Is less than the effective one. Is less than the effective one. Next point, the nominal interest period, yeah, the nominal interest rate. The nominal interest rate is the periodic interest rate, is the interest rate, periodic interest rate times the number of periods, the number of periods per year. I will take one example, then we will understand. Our example is an annual, yeah, a nominal annual interest rate is assume 12% based on monthly compounding. Based on monthly compounding means a 1% interest rate per month, compounded so a nominal interest rate for compounding periods is always less than periods is less than a year is always lower than the equivalent the equivalent rate with annual compounding. Is it clear? Rate with annual compounding. In which condition both will be same? In which condition both will be same? I am asking a very simple question. Just try to think. Otherwise, students know only one formula and they are happy. You need to remember one more thing. A nominal rate without the compounding frequency, a nominal rate without the compounding frequency is not fully defined, because they will tell you per 3 month frequency, per 6 month, per 4 month. If per 4 month, it means compounded 3 years in it or 3 times in a year. Per 6 month, compounded twice in a year. Per month, compounded 12 times in a year. So that's a nominal rate without compounding frequency is not fully defined. And for any interest period, and for any interest period, the effective interest rate, the effective interest rate cannot be specified, cannot be specified without knowing the compounding frequency and rate. So both terms are very important. Compounding frequency and rate. Compound compounding frequency and rate. One more thing you need to remember, that nominal interest rates are not comparable, are not comparable unless their compounding, unless their compounding periods are same. And effective interest rate correct for this by converting nominal rates into annual compound interest. Is it clear up to this point? Ah, that is true, Ganesh. Is it clear up to this point? You can write this point also. The only time, the only time that nominal and effective, the only time that nominal and effective interest rates are equal, the nominal and effective interest rates are equal is when the interest is compounded annually. This is the only condition. Is compounded annually. Is compounded annually. Now we will discuss the formula or the relation between this one. Next, the relationship between nominal annual and effective annual interest rate is given by IA is equal to 1 plus R by M to the power M minus 1. This IA is the effective annual interest rate. R is the nominal annual interest rate, and what is M? Number of compounding period per year, not total one. Number of compounding periods per year. Is it clear? This formula you should remember. With the help of one example, we will understand in more clear manner. Is it clear up to this point? Is there any rocket science? Nikita, Ganesh, Bharat, Siddharth. Is it clear to each and every student that one will consider the compounding effect and one will not consider the compounding effect? Very good. And all these concepts are very fundamental concepts. And students have a lot of confusion. Write down the question number 11. A credit card company, a credit card company charges 21% interest per year, 21% interest per year, compounded monthly, compounded monthly, what effective annual interest rate, effective annual interest rate does the company charge? I need correct answer from every student. You have 2 minutes. Hold fast, you have 2 minutes. Now there should be no confusion. The right answer of this question 23.14 is the correct answer. Very good. Very good. So now there should be no confusion that compounded per compounding period, that is very important. That's why I mentioned each and every point. Otherwise, students have a lot of confusion in this concept. So we can first we are new, so we will write each and everything. The value of R is given 0.21, that is per year. That M is equal to, because compounded per month and in 1 year 12 months. So M is equal to 12 months per year. Then IA is equal to 1 plus 0.21 divided by 12 to the power 12 minus 1, or 1.2314 minus 1. So I effective is equal to 0.2314 or 23.14%. And they asked one question in GATE from this section, and in 99% books, they gave wrong answer to that question. But now you are my students, you will solve correct one. Okay, this one I calculated annual. Sometimes if you want to calculate semi-annual, just for your sake of knowledge, one more point. It may be desired. It may be desired to find the effective interest rate. Find the effective interest rate for a period, because this one we calculated for an annual basis. Rate for a period other than annual. Period other than annual. So in this case, adjust the period for R and M as needed. Suppose, for example, if the effective interest rate, if the effective interest rate per semi-annual period, per semi-annual period means every 6 months, is desired, then R is the nominal interest rate. R is the nominal interest rate per 6 months. M is the number of compounding interests, number of compounding interest, or number of compounding periods per 6 months. Per 6 months. Then the effective interest rate, then the effective, then the effective interest rate, ISA means semi-annual, per semi-annual period is given by, semi-annual period is given by, semi-annual period is equal to 1 plus R by M. Just think for the best and prepare for the worst, minus 1. In exam, they will ask per annually also, but think for the best and prepare for the worst. You can add one more concept below this line. By definition, nominal annual, nominal annual interest rate is given by M into R by M. So that is simple R. Is there any rocket science? Right, the nominal or per period. Is it clear up to this point? Is there any rocket science? Very good. Now write down next one. But most of the time, you will use this annually one. Just I am giving you some example for more clearance. Suppose here we have interest rate period or interest rate statement, then interpretation, and then just comment. Suppose we have I is equal to 12% per year. What does it mean? It means I is equal to effective 12% per year compounded yearly. Compounded yearly. Next point. If the value of I is given 1% per month, what does it mean? Effective 1% per month compounded monthly. Compounded monthly. If you have I is equal to 4% per quarter, then I is equal to effective 4% per quarter compounded quarterly. Compounded quarterly. Compounded quarterly. Is it clear? I hope there should be no doubt. Any student. And each and everything should be clear. You can write one comment. When no compounding period is given, when no compounding period, when no compounding period is given, then interest rate is an effective rate with compounding period with compounding period assumed to be equal to stated time period. Stated time period. Is it clear? That per year, per month, per 3 month, per 4 month, per 6 month. That should be clear to each and every. Now I will give you one more explanation. I hope it should be clear too, so that you will never forget in your life. Write down next. Okay, if you have I is equal to 8% per year compounded monthly. Compounded monthly. What does it mean? Then I is equal to nominal 8% per year, compounded monthly. If you have I is equal to 5% per quarter, compounded monthly, then you will interpret it I is equal to nominal 5% per quarter, compounded monthly. Suppose you have I is equal to 12% per year, compounded semi-annually. Then we can write I is equal to nominal 12% per year, compounded semi-annually. So we can conclude from here, and we may write after conclusion, when compounding is when compounding period when compounding period is given without stating whether the interest rate is nominal, or effective, then it is assumed to be nominal. It is assumed to be nominal, and compounding period is stated. All these concepts are very wonderful concepts. Compounding period is as stated. Now next point. Now suppose you have one more concept I am going to tell you. I is equal to, suppose, effective 10% per year, compounded monthly. Then here also I is equal to effective 10% per year, compounded monthly. You have I is equal to effective 8% per quarter. It means I is equal to effective 8% per quarter, compounded quarterly. Suppose I is equal to effective 2% per month, compounded monthly. Here I is equal to effective 2%. Suppose it is compounded daily per month, compounded daily. Then effective 2% per month, compounded daily. From here we can conclude if the interest rate is stated as an effective rate, then it is effective interest rate. Then it is an effective interest rate. And if compounding period is not given, if compounding period is not given, then compounding period is assumed to coincide with the stated time period. Stated time period. These are some basic things. In first one, per year, per month, per quarter. So when no compounding period is given, then rate is an effective interest rate with compounding period assumed to be equal stated time. Is it clear? And if compounding period is given without stating whether interest rate is effective or nominal, then we will assume it nominal and compounding period as given in the problem. If if interest rate is given as an effective rate, then it is effective interest rate. And if compounding interest rate is not given, then again we will assume it is the given one. It is the PhD on this thing. I hope it should be clear for this one. Formula will same, but then you need to understand that which one is for. But I assume annually and biannually. Pratik, just check. Formula is same, but representation is it is semi-annually and it is annually. Is it clear? But generally we will use only this one. Is it clear up to this point? Bharat, at which point you have problem? There is just one thing that in which condition you need to consider it effective one and in which condition you need to consider it as an nominal one, and both will be same at the same time. At which point do you have any doubt? Just you need to remember this thing that for annual and effective annual interest rate. I hope this question should be clear to each and every student. And if this question is clear, then you need to think like that only. That compounded per month, compounded annually, compounded per 3 months, compounded per 4 months, then you are able to solve this one. That effective one and nominal one. And this chart just represent it is a just way of representation. If I is 12% per year, what does it mean? 12% per year, it means effective one is also 12% per year compounded yearly. If it is per month, it means compounded per month only. If per quarter, it means compounded quarterly only. Here 8% per year, compounded monthly. It means nominal, if nothing is given, nominal 8% per year, compounded monthly. This is per quarter, compounded monthly. So it will be as the same as. And if it is given in the effective form, then effective 10% per year, compounded monthly, then it will take as effective. In question, in which manner they will give you, then you need to consider in that manner only. If they will give you nominal, then you need to take it nominal. If they will give you effective one, then you need to consider it as an effective one. Is it clear? That's why, Ganesh, I explained this chart once again, that you can get in different manners, and it is the interpretation of that one. Okay, to just clear your doubt, I will give you one more small thing. Suppose you have interest rate statement, and it is nominal or effective interest, and it is the compounding period. It is the compounding period. Now you will tell me the answer. Suppose first one is 15% per year, compounded monthly. So please tell me, it is nominal or effective? 15% per year, compounded monthly. It is nominal or effective interest? And tell me the compounding period. I need answer from each and every student. Very good. It is the nominal. And what is its compounding period? What will be its compounding period? 12. It means per month, or we can say monthly. Then you need to identify like this only. Suppose you have simple 15% per year. It means it is nominal or effective? It is nominal or effective? Tell me. Very good. It is effective. And here, compounding period, you are going to take yearly. Is it clear? Very good. Okay, suppose you are going to get such type of statement. Effective 15% per year, compounded monthly. Now tell me, effective or nominal? Effective or nominal? Again, very good. Again, it is effective. It is effective. What is compounding period? What will be its compounding period? What will be its compounding period? Here, compounded monthly. Is it clear? One more example. 30% per year, compounded quarterly. So it is nominal or effective? This one is nominal or effective? Very good. This is nominal. And what will be its compounding period? That is quarterly. Is it clear? Then next one more. Nominal 3% per month, compounded weekly. Again, it is nominal or effective? It is nominal. And again, compounding period here, weekly. Now, if just given 3% per month, if 3% per month, then effective or nominal? Effective or nominal? 3% per month. Just try to think. Here, 15% per year. You took effective or nominal? And here, 3% per month. It will be effective or nominal? Ah, that will be effective, not nominal. That will be effective. And here, monthly. One more point. Suppose 3% per month, compounded monthly. Again, it will be effective one. And again, monthly. Effective 8% per quarter. So it means it will also effective and quarterly. Then effective 3% per month, compounded daily. I need correct answer from each and every student. Again, it will be effective and it is daily. And 1% per week, compounded continuously. Again, it is nominal, but it is continuously. I hope Ganesh, your old doubt should be cleared. Yes or no? Now is it clear now? So that's why I gave one more table just to make it clear. Ganesh, now is it okay? Very good. And all these concepts are very fundamental concepts. Otherwise, students just mug up that formula, effective and nominal, and if in exam they will change some data, then automatically students will get wrong answer. It was the PhD on this one. Now we will solve one more gate question and then we will proceed. Write down next question. Question number 12. And the answer of this question is wrong in most of the books. But now I am 100% faith in you. After so much practice that you will get the right answer. Gate 2001. An investment of rupees 1000 is carrying on interest of 10% compounded quarterly. 10% compounded quarterly. The value of the investment, the value of the investment, the value of the investment at the end of 5 years, at the end of 5 years will be first option 1020, second option 1020, third option 1000, and last 1001 plus. I need correct answer for this question. So which one is correct one? Just try to think. You have 2 minutes. You know the formula of I effective, that is 1 plus R by M to the power M minus 1. Use this formula and your mind also. What will be the right answer of this one? The right answer of this one is very good, very good. First is the correct answer. Again, a very fundamental question. So you will calculate the I effective is equal to 1 plus R is equal to 10% compounded quarterly, that is 4 divided by 4 minus 1. But you want to calculate S, that is P into 1 plus I effective to the power N. So P into 1 plus I effective is 1 plus 0.1 divided by 4 to the power 4 minus 1. But you want to calculate after 5 years. This 1 and 1 will cancel out. and you will get S5 is equal to 1000 1 plus 0.1 divided by 4. This should be the correct answer of this question. Very nice question. Only two students got it. Why not others? Very good, Ganesh. Keep it up. Is it clear to each and every student? Are yes or no? If there is any doubt, just ask. You know this one? Compounded quarterly. That's why I gave these two tables so that each and everything should be crystal clear to each and every student. Are is it clear? Yes or no? Or is there any doubt? If there is any doubt at any step, just ask without any agitation. Is it clear? Very good. The answer of this question is wrong in so many books, and they gave this one, but it is absolutely wrong. Now you know the concept, or just if you have any doubt that I can prove that I effective formula also. If anyone of you have any doubt, Narayan, Pratik, Ganesh, Nikhil, Siddharth, Nikita, Bharat, is it clear to each and everyone? Very good. Or we can derive it also. Just it will take only 1 minute. That what is the derivation of that 1 plus r2 by m to the power m minus 1. If the nominal interest rate, if the nominal interest rate, if the nominal interest rates are quoted, then it is possible to determine the effective interest rate, effective interest rate from the given term, that is s is equal to 1 plus p into 1 plus I to the power n. You already know where s is the, yeah, s represents the total amount of principal, the total amounts of principal plus interest, principal plus interest I did mistake, that will be principal. Principal plus interest due after n periods at the periodic interest rate, at the periodic interest rate I, then assume R is the, or R be the nominal interest rate under conditions where there are m conversions or interest period per year or interest period per year, then the interest of then the interest then the interest rate based on the length of one interest period is r by m. So you can write the amount as after 1 year. That should be equal to the s after 1 year p into 1 plus r by m to the power m, but designating the effective interest rate as I effective for the amount s after 1 year can also be expressed as can expressed in as an alternate form as an alternate form that is s after 1 year p into 1 plus I effective. Is it clear? So if I will compare both the equations, then you will get 1 plus I effective is equal to 1 plus r by m to the power m. So the formula you mucked up, the I effective is equal to 1 plus r by m to the power m minus. So it is the effective annual interest rate. Effective annual interest rate and nominal interest rate is given by nominal annual interest rate m into r by m is equal to r. I hope now it should be clear to each and every student. Is it clear that in which manner we derived this formula of I effective? Now I will solve one mother paragraph, and if you are able to solve that one, then you can solve any question in GATE. Write down next. We have one mother paragraph so that you will understand the application of different types of interest. Question number 13 for first just paragraph. Again a very nice question. It is desired to borrow. It is desired to borrow rupees 1000 to meet a financial obligation. And this money can be borrowed. This money can be borrowed from a loan agency, from a loan agency at a monthly interest at a monthly interest rate of 2%. Monthly interest rate of 2%. Calculate the following. Write down question number 12. The total amount of principal. The total amount of principal plus simple interest. Principal plus simple interest due after 2 years if no intermediate payments are done. If no intermediate payments are done. Next question. The total amount of principal plus compound interest due after 2 years if no intermediate payments are done. If no intermediate payments are done. Third one, that is 14. The nominal interest rate when the interest is compounded monthly. When the interest is compounded monthly, if you will solve all these questions, then I will consider that my 1 hour hard work is successful. The effective interest rate, because it is the conclusion of whatever I taught you up to this point. The effective interest rate, the effective interest rate when the interest is compounded monthly. I need correct answers from each and every student, and you have 3.5 minutes to solve this question. And we have only this one principle. I hope by mistake at one or two place I use PLE. That was wrong. Principle. Sometimes by mistake. Please solve it. Go through your fundamentals and you will get the correct answer. Ganesh Siddharth, I need correct answer from each and every student. Gita. The right answer of first question is, you can say it is a mother question. Whatever they will ask in gate, they will ask from this question only. The right answer of this question is 1040. Try to think again. Okay, now we will solve and you will solve with me. Solutions of this one. First question is of simple interest, then compound interest, then again nominal interest rate, and then effective interest rate. Please tell me length of one interest period. Please tell me length of one interest period is. In this question, length of one interest period is. Siddharth, what is the length of one interest period in this question? Ganesh, I am asked. Very good. That is 1 month. But you need after 2 years. So total number of interest period, total number of interest period in 2 years. Tell me the total number of interest period in 2 years. The total number of interest period in 2 years. Very good. That will be 24. So that will be 24. Is it clear? P is given 1000. So for simple interest, the total amount due after n periods at periodic interest rate I is, that is S is equal to P into 1 plus I into n. Principal is 1000. I is 0. N is 24. So please tell me the answer. The right answer will be. Now Ganesh, tell me right answer. Very good. 1480 rupees is the correct answer. You need to think like that. Again, very fundamental question. Next question number 30. For compound interest, we have Sn is equal to P into 1 plus I to the power 1000, 1 plus 0.2 to the power 24. This third one, question number 14. Please tell me nominal interest rate. I need answer of these last two questions. Now you will understand the significance of that chart. Same, by same, that is 2% per month in 2 years. So you need to write 2 into. Just wait 1 minute, 1 second. Tell me right answer of third one. Siddharth, what will be the answer of this question? And next one, Nikita. What will be the right answer of this one? Just try to think. Nominal interest rate is defined. ऐसे कैसे चलेगा भाई? Just try to think. Siddharth, what will be the right answer? Very good. 24%. But I need 24% is not the exact one. Add that line also. 24% something something. Very good. Siddharth, 24%. Complete this line. Last 30 seconds you have. 24%. The right answer will be 24% per year. Compounded monthly. That's why I told you that take complete table so that you can identify or you can write in appropriate manner. That is the correct one. Very good. And what is the answer of next question? So the answer of this third one is 24% per annum. So write down answer of third one, that is nominal interest rate. Nominal interest rate, that is 2 into 12, 24% per year, compounded monthly. Compounded monthly. And the last one, again number of interests, number of interest periods per year, because to for the calculation at the time of calculation for effective you need to mention for yearly. So we will get, and the nominal interest rate is given. The nominal interest rate, that is R is equal to 24% per year, compounded monthly. So effective interest rate is given by effective interest rate I effective is equal to 1 plus R by M to the power minus 1. So 1 plus 0.24 divided by 12 to the power 12 minus 1, 0.268, that is 26.8% is the correct answer. That question was very nice question. Is it clear? I hope you enjoyed this session also. Thank you very much. If you have any doubt, just ask. And all these concepts are very wonderful concepts. Even some of you are pass out students, but even after that, you don't have any idea of all these concepts. But if you will mug up just only one formula, that 1 plus r by m to the power m minus 1, then you are not able to solve each and every question in GATE. And I am 100% sure in future also they will ask question from this paragraph only. So you need to correlate the things. Is it clear? दिमाग के ताले खुले थोड़े. सिद्धार्थ, गणेश, प्रतीक, निखिल, भरत, निकिता, Kartika. Is it clear to each and every student? Anubhav. And all these concepts are very nice concepts. Otherwise, student will say, "Arey sir, this is a very simple subject. That is plant design and economics." And this is the only reason that we are not able to score 30 marks in exam. Because you study every subject just like that only. Is it clear? Thank you very much. If you have any doubt, just ask. Keep smiling, be happy. Have a nice day.